What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to another mystery gift video. In the last episode, oh wait, hold on, this doesn't go by episodes. I'm so used to saying episodes because of Pokemon Stadium. But anyways, in the last video for mystery gift, which only went up a couple of hours ago, we had a look at the 7-Eleven Pokemon I Choose You event that's happening over in Japan at the moment, which of course is the Mew event that came with Psychokinesis, which is Psychic, Barrier, Transform, and Wagfinger, which of course is Metronome. And that was basically about it. It came of course with Synchro, which is Synchronize in English. And as I said, there's nothing really special about that particular move, but if you do want to go check that one out, make sure to go check that video out. But anyways, in this current video that we are currently watching, and I'm currently recording, wow, what am I doing at the moment? There is just so many things I need to go through and redeem. I have the Shiny Tapu Koko, which came out in Japan and South Korea to begin with, and has finally made its way to the Western players, which of course the US, European, and Australian players. We can finally get the Shiny Tapu Koko there, so it's very similar to the Japanese event. It's locked to Timid, comes with 3 IVs, I'm assuming, without having to look at any other notes there. We also have the Tourney stones, sorry, not Tiny, well, I do have Tourney stones to pick up as well, because I did participate in that. And we also have the June IC, I do believe, which was the Tyranitarite and the Manectronite, Abomasnow, and it also came with the bonus Aggronite as well, which is pretty cool. So we have a total of probably about 7 or 8 Megastones to pick up. So there is a whole bunch of stones to pick up there, plus the Shiny Tapu Koko. And at the same time, I'm going to go through as well and show how to get multiples of the Shiny Tapu Koko for those who want multiples of that particular event. If you're interested in that. So there's going to be a few things going on in this particular video. So first things first, let's go through and get the Megastones and the Shiny Tapu Koko that everyone can get. And then I'll do the Tiny Tourney thing, which is only available to those who did the Tiny Tourney participation, which was 3 or more battles and got their code from Global Length. So first things first is of course the Shiny Tapu Koko. That is really easy to get. All you go get via local wireless. It'll search for a gift. It's Oznet. This could take freaking 3,000 years to do. So I will be back with you when it finally decides to find a gift. I derped. It's not meant local wireless. It's meant the internet. I'm so sorry, I haven't done one of these in so long. It's like, why is it not finding anything? Anyways, let's try that again. Now we're finally finding something. I forgot, it's Australia. We don't do local wireless events. Okay, so go get via internet. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I derped on that. Anyways, we have the power up with Shiny Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko doesn't just have a special appearance, it also shines in battle. Set the tempo with its electric surge ability, causing electric terrain to enter the field. Its electric seed will also raise its defense, which I'm pretty sure is the same text we got for the Japanese event as well. If I ever ran it through the English filter, I can't remember. Anyways, that's how you get the Shiny Tapu Koko. Don't do local wireless, don't have a blonde moment like I just did. Get it through internet, and you shall get yourself a Shiny Tapu Koko there. Really, really easy there. And then we get our Wonder card, which says Power Up Shiny Tapu Koko. I can't speak English. I can't do anything at the moment. Thank you for playing Pokemon. Please pick up your gift from the delivery man at any Pokemon Center. And of course, says the same thing on the bottom screen. Anyways, let's go through and get ourselves our Megastones. For this one, we'll get with the code and password function here. So the usual shenanigans here. We've seen this message so many times saying if something happens, something goes wrong while you're using the code, it will just either not work or you will get your code, but it will not tell you that you got your code. The usual shenanigans, as I said. So this first code I'm going to type in is of course available to everyone, regardless if you're IC or not. This one is all for you. So the code for this one is Sable Volant. As we all know, I suffer from dyslexia. There is no way this way I'm going to be able to say that correctly. So hopefully I said that one correct. Gonna type it in, just read it off the screen. I'll probably have it in the description as well for you guys just to copy off. Type that in and you'll get your Megastones. Okay, there we go. There's Megastone gift, Tyranitarite, Abomasnow, Manectronite, and Aggronite. So click yes to that one. Receiving your gift, do not turn off the power. And there you go, there is your second mystery gift for free. So that one I think runs until an unknown date at this point. I don't know when this one ends, so you have until any time to pick them up. And of course, if you can pull off the same strategy with the Shiny Tapu Koko, which I was about to show at the end of this video, you can get multiples of those Megastones as well. So that's also a thing you can do. I'll probably just go through and show how, actually that method as well when I'm doing the shiny Tapu Koko, getting multiples of that. And last but not least is of course the Tourney participation prize, which I'll do this right now. So again, this particular code does not work for anyone else. This one is just for me. I will leave a link to the Global Link redemption page for those who did do Global Link and wasn't too sure if they were able to get a password or not. For this one, I will apologize because this one does end on the 1st of August. So you have about 2 days to go redeem this password if you did do IC. Otherwise, you will have to wait until the free one comes out. Either way, you will end up getting the Megastones regardless. And not to mention as well, you do get a bonus one as well. They always seem to throw some goodies in. So anyways, I'm going to type in this code, and again, I've got to reiterate, this one is only for me, it will not work for anyone else, so don't bother trying to type the password in because it will not work for you. For those who didn't do IC, of course, don't fret. As I said, you will get the free ones that come out in the following month, so hopefully you'll get this one in August if Global Link or TPCI is actually on time. I'm just going to type this on, and we'll continue on with the video. Go, and that's the Tourney prizes. So for this one, you got the Gardevoirite, Gallade, and the Lopunite, which is of course the Megastones for Gardevoir, Gallade, and Lopunny. So when the actual freebie comes around, I would say we're going to get 1 extra stone, or we might get a couple of extra stones, just depending on how generous they feel at the time. So click yes to that one, and as I said, this one is only for those who did the participation for Tourney, and each individual will have different codes as well. So as I said, I will leave a link to that particular page for those who are wondering where the page is to redeem your code if you did do the 3 battles in Tourney. Also on the topic of the tourneys, I should have another video out, not tonight of course, going through and giving like some type of tutorial on how to go about doing like easy participation for IC and just really how easy it is and all the steps to really go through for in regards to like entering and redeeming your prizes afterwards. So as I said, that should be out relatively soon because I've got all the footage I need. I just need to go through it now, just do the tutorial part and actually do the speaking. And believe me, it'll be a lot better than what tonight's narration is. Anyways, let's go through to the Pokemon Center and redeem these Megastones and the shiny Tapu Koko. So we're at the Pokemon Center, and of course the delivery man only comes to the Pokemon Center, so good night. Yes, I am doing this in like midnight. Fun times. So you must be KrimZen. I got 4 mystery gifts here with your name on it. I do believe I still have to soft reset for that Lycanroc. We'll get the items first, so we'll separate the 2 of them, take them together, because there's no point doing it individually. Still have another gift with your name on it. Looks like I have Pokemon to give you. Yes. Unfortunately, you cannot select which Pokemon you want to take, but it's about the only thing I don't like now about this mystery gift thing. I mean, it's really cool that they've separated it to items and Pokemon, but I kind of wish if you had multiple Pokemon to redeem, you could actually go through and select which Pokemon you want to redeem if you have a whole list of them, instead of like getting them all individually. If it was the case for like soft resetting wise. So the Lycanroc was like way long ago. That's like ancient times. I should probably go through and just do that soft reset because it's really just soft resetting for its nature. As for the shiny Tapu Koko, it's, as I said, it's locked to timid nature, so don't need to soft reset for its nature. It's just really soft resetting for its IVs. So first things first, let's have a look at the shiny Tapu Koko, what its moves are and all that. And yes, I do have Pokemon locked in for weakness cup at the moment. So there is our shiny Tapu Koko. It's got the OT of Millie, very similar to the OT we had in English filter on the Japanese event. If it was Japanese OT, I think it was like Miri, because the Japanese swap L for R's when they do their pronunciation and spelling. Its held item is Electric Seed, and as the mystery gift did explain, when holding that, when Electric Surge activates or when Electric Chain is on the field, you will get a boost in your defense by +1. Its moves are Nature's Madness, Discharge, Agility, and Electro Ball, and it is locked to level 60, so if I bring up its IVs... Hot diggity damn! That is like some really good bloody IVs right there. I got Fantastic in attack and speed. That is unfortunately not Hidden Power Ice because I needed attack to be odd. And Fantastic is always 30. God damn it. I do believe it's odd for attack to be Hidden Power Ice. speed needs to be even for it to be hidden power ice, and everything else needs to be odd. So if I had all them lined up, that would have been like a perfect Tapu Koko to begin with. Most times when you stop to reset for a shiny Tapu Koko, especially if you're doing like doubles of VGC, you would prefer hidden power ice since it hits majority of the meta. You can get hidden power grass, that could work as well. I can't remember hidden power grass's IVs off the top of my head for what you needed there. But regardless, like, even if you did go for your hidden powers, you can bottle cap up to 6 IVs afterwards if that's what you're into, and get it that way because bottle caps don't affect hidden powers at all, so you can have like hidden power ice and 6 IVs still. So if we do go to the hidden power checker, which is back at the daycare center, we can check my hidden power, which I know for a fact it's not ice, unless there's like other combinations or not. I got psychic, that's useless. Oh, it was worth a shot. There's like ice, electric, dragon, and psychic, which you can get sometimes if you're going for hidden power ice. It's a bit of a weird combination. It's like one of the easiest hidden powers to get out of all of them. Hidden power grass can be quite annoying at times, especially if you're going for trick room, but if you are running trick room Pokemon as well, I tend to find hidden power ice to be the easiest because 0 is already guaranteed. A hidden power ice, you just need to go for the odd number in attack, and that's basically it for hidden power ice. The Megastones we picked up are just in my bag, which is pretty easy peasy, so let's go through and sort by type. So if we scroll down to the Megastones, which shouldn't be too far into my bag, they're around here. Here we go. So there's the Galadite, there is the Gardevoirite, and if we keep going down, there was probably a few others I've already scrolled over. It was Lopunite, which was the other one that we had, and the bonus Agronite. So there we go, there are other Megastones, and there is of course a Lycanroc, but I have already kind of covered that, so I didn't really want to go through and have a look at its nature and all that. Now, for those of you who want multiples of shiny Tapu Koko and the multiples of the Megastones, you either need to have Pokebait, or sorry, for the Megastones you can't use Pokebait because you can't transfer items, so for this I do suggest having a second game. It does make things a hell of a lot easier, so I've got Pokemon Moon, and I had to completely destroy my save file in order to actually show this because, well, I didn't have to destroy it, but I did have to destroy it anyways because I am going to be doing a research topic with this particular thing, so I had to do it anyways. So, if you got a second game on you, you can actually use this method if you don't mind destroying it every now and again to get multiples of it, because unfortunately the shiny Tapu Koko is 1 per save file. Unlike the Ash Hat Pikachus that are happening in Japan at the moment, they are multiples per save file. So you have to ignore the fact I don't have anything at all on this save file at the moment. As I said, this is being used for a research topic. But I can go through if I really wanted to and get shiny Tapu Koko, put it on bank or trade it to my main game and do it that way. That is one way of doing it. Or if you only have like one game and you really don't mind like completely erasing everything on that game, you can just use that in bank, but it won't work with the Megastones, unfortunately. So let's go through and get like our other shiny Tapu Koko. There is just one thing I've just thought of, and I'm hoping it doesn't affect it, is the fact I'm in Japanese language. It doesn't consider a Japanese region. However, that's another topic for the research video. I guess I could do some of the research now. It is finding a gift, which means it's still considered an English region. I won't go too much into the research topic. There we go, there is the shiny Tapu Koko. It's still in the English filter there. So even though I am using the Japanese filter, I can still redeem the shiny Tapu Koko. So that's up. So as you just see there, like with another game, I can go through, redeem that, and then go through and trade that over to my main game or send it to bank. That is one thing I can do. From there, I can also go through and get the, through code and password, I can even type in all of the previous codes from the Megastones. So I can do that right now. And to show you how to get multiples of the Megastones. Once you do that, of course, you just trade to the other game. Items you will need to trade, but as for shiny Tapu Koko, you can just bank that. And then if you want more than just 2, you can do the other method, which I'll show at the end of this video. So the first one for the Mega Mewtwo X and Y was M2 Descent, so I'll just type that in. And there we go, there's Mutuite X and Y, which is the very first mystery gift code for the stones that was right back in the February's event. I know that wasn't February, I think that was just free to everyone. The one I'm thinking of is the Mega Mawile and Beedrill, I think it was Icy's February. Anyways, I'm going to go through and redeem all the Megastones just sped up, kind of get the whole idea of how to do that, and then I'll show you how to get multiples of the shiny Tapu Koko if you want more than 2. So just bear with me, this should be over pretty quickly. All the Megastones redeemed. So as you can see there, they all went through there. I redeemed every single Megastone there, and basically what you would do there once you've done that is you would go through and go to a Pokemon Center on your second game, redeem them from the delivery man, and from there, if you really wanted to, you could trade them to your main game. Using, if you had two 3DSs, if not, you would have, unfortunately, give up the Megastones, but if you have Bank, you can transfer the shiny Tapu Koko to your main game that way, but because I haven't got this game past, like, the beginning point, I can't actually show the delivery man part, but what I can do is show you the part where you can keep redeeming beyond 2 more shiny Tapu Kokos, and even Megastones, as I said, if you got more than 2 3DSs or 2DSs, that's a bit of a tongue twister. So just pretend I've gone through and traded them and everything. I mean, heck, it doesn't really bother me at this point. I've already got shiny Tapu Kokos from the Japanese event. But basically what you would do there is go soft reset, bring your game back to the main menu. Not the menu where it says like your save file and everything like that. You kind of want this screen where it's got the Lunala or Solgaleo on it. And from there, hit up X and B, and it brings you to this screen which says, do you want to erase your entire game? From there you go up and say yes, because it automatically defaults you to no. Go yes again, and then it'll erase your entire game, which means it erases the mystery gift, the wonder cards and everything, and basically the flags that say you've already redeemed your mystery gift, and makes it a brand new game. From there you can go through and select your language, and for me, it'll be just going through Japanese once again on this one, because as I said, I am doing a research run for Pokemon Sun and Moon as like a bit of a, I guess trying to find something out and doing like a myth-busting, can't speak English, totally haven't been able to in any of my videos, that's nothing new. Myth-busting something in the game that I've been curious about. Or otherwise you can just go through it in English again. And the same thing happened there as well. I can go through and just select begin game and all that. As soon as I have control of my character, save my game, go through the mystery gift function again, and redeem everything you just saw then, which was the shiny Tapu Koko, the Megastones, and then trade them to this respective area, whether it be Pokebank or to my other game, and continuously keep doing that. It is a bit of a pain in the bum because it takes about half an hour to get to the point where you are eligible to trade, or have access to the delivery man in the Pokemon Center, which is just before the trainer school. Does take about 30 minutes, which is quite a tedious task compared to previous games to get multiples of the Megastones, but if you do want multiples of shiny Tapu Koko and your Megastones, it is kind of worth it while they are still around. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. But on the topic of that as well, as I said, I do have a research topic coming out in the future for, as I said, some myth busting, but I will go through and physically show the whole process of getting multiples of shiny Tapu Koko. I did cover this as well with the Ash Greninja as well. You can go through and do it that way as well. I may just throw it in there again just for the sake of covering it once again for those who haven't watched that particular video. But it works with multiples of the events. As long as it's not serial codes, that particular method does work. So I may just do another separate video covering that again because it is quite an interesting thing to keep in mind. And as I said, it works for every single event except for maybe like the exceptions where the Ashcat Pikachus are available multiple to one save file. Where, as I said, like, that's the one exception where, say, Shiny Tapu Koko, if you were to redeem it again on your game, it would say you've already redeemed it, because it is one per save file. Anyways, guys, that is it from me. I'm so sorry for the long video, because I kind of digressed off more than I actually had planned for this video. But as I said, I will do definitely a dedicated video to the whole getting multiples of a particular event Pokemon via internet. Same with the Megastones as well, going through and actually trading them to another game and showing that I've got multiples of those particular Megastones. But until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!